Did you know that last year alone, more than 295 million people faced acute hunger? That's not just a number on a spreadsheet. That's almost the entire population of the United States, men, women, and children wondering where their next meal will come from. And here's the crazy part. While food crises are shattering records, global food commodity prices have actually been trending down in the short term. On the surface, that sounds like good news. Cheaper groceries? Who wouldn't want that? But don't relax just yet, because this tiny window of relief is already closing. Come September 2025, things are about to flip upside down. When it happens, grocery shelves could empty faster than you ever imagined. Picture walking into Costco on a Saturday morning, cart ready, only to find the aisle stripped bare. Rice is gone. Canned goods are gone. Even basics like oats and milk, nowhere in sight. You might think, that can't happen in America. But it can. And it will. I know this because for the last 2 months, I've been digging through supply chain reports, speaking with food distributors, and tracking Costco pricing patterns like a hawk. What I uncovered left me shaken. From 2020 to 2024, U.S. food prices jumped 23.6%. And experts are warning, that's nothing compared to what's coming next. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to prepare you. So do yourself a favor. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because what I'm about to share could save your family hundreds of dollars, and maybe even keep food on your table when others are struggling to find a single bag of rice. Let me tell you a quick story. Just last month, I loaded up my Costco cart with staples, rice, oats, canned protein, and honey. My neighbor, we'll call her Lisa, saw me and laughed. "Stockpiling again," she said. 3 weeks later, her local store ran out of basics after a supply hiccup. Guess who came knocking at my door? Yep. Lisa. Don't be like Lisa. Don't wait until it's too late. Right now, while Costco still has shelves stocked and prices haven't exploded, you have a chance. A short, fragile chance to prepare. So let's dive into the 10 Costco survival deals you must grab before September 2025. Deal number 1, Kirkland's Signature White Rice. Let's start with the backbone of food security, rice. Rice isn't just another carb. It's the survival food that feeds over half the world's population. But here's the problem, rice is fragile. Unlike wheat or corn, there's no huge surplus to fall back on. When harvests fail, the entire chain collapses. And that's exactly what's been happening. In 2023, the world saw the largest rice shortfall in 2 decades. China, the biggest rice producer, was slammed by its worst drought in 20 years. Pakistan lost 31% of its crop to catastrophic flooding. The ripple effects are still tearing through 2025. Even Japan, one of the most food-secure nations on Earth, has faced 3 straight years of rice shortages. Their national reserves are at the lowest point in 20 years. If Japan can't keep rice on shelves, what do you think happens here? Now here's why Costco matters. Right now, you can still buy a 50-pound Kirkland's Signature White Rice bag for about $30. That's around 500 servings. Break it down, 6 cents a serving. You literally can't buy gum for that price. Here's my storage tip. Don't just toss the bag in your pantry. Transfer it to food-grade buckets with Gamma-Seal lids. Drop in a couple bay leaves, they naturally repel insects. Done right, your rice will last 30 years. That's not just storage. That's security. When shelves go bare this fall, most people will panic. You'll be calm, knowing you have hundreds of meals ready to go. Deal number 2, canned black beans. Forget tomatoes, if you want survival food that actually keeps you alive, it's beans. Beans are the ultimate prepper food. Packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, they turn a boring pot of rice into a complete, filling meal. And right now, canned black beans at Costco are a hidden gem. Here's the maths. Costco sells a 12-pack of organic canned black beans for about $9.99. That's less than 90 cents a can. Each can delivers 21 grams of protein and 14 grams of fiber. Compare that to meat prices, and it's not even close. But here's the terrifying part. Drought in key bean-producing regions is already tightening supply. Farmers in North Dakota reported yields dropping by as much as 30% last year due to extreme heat and poor rainfall. Mexico, a major supplier, has been cutting exports to protect domestic supplies. Translation: beans are about to get expensive and scarce. Storage hack: stack the flats, write purchase dates on the top with a Sharpie, and rotate stock. Properly stored, canned beans last 3 to 5 years. They're versatile too. Chili, soups, tacos, burritos, beans stretch your food dollar further than almost anything else. When meat becomes unaffordable, beans become survival gold. Deal number 3, Kirkland canned chicken breast. Meat shortages are coming. And when they hit, the price of protein will skyrocket. That's why I call canned chicken Costco's best-kept secret. Each can of Kirkland chicken breast is fully cooked, shelf-stable, and packed with protein. 6 large cans cost about $15, which works out to less than $2.50 per can. That's a fraction of what fresh chicken costs, and it won't spoil in a week. Here's what industry insiders told me. The U.S. cattle inventory is shrinking to multi-decade lows. Poultry farms have been hammered by repeated bird flu outbreaks. And feed costs? Through the roof. One analyst told me point blank, retail protein is going to double. That's why canned meat matters. Unlike ground beef, which spoils quickly, this chicken stays fresh for up to 5 years. You can throw it on salads, mix it with pasta, or make hearty soups. My hack: portion the cans into freezer-safe bags once opened. That way, nothing goes to waste. Think of it this way: when protein prices go insane in 2025, you'll be sitting on a protein reserve that others can't touch. Deal number 4, Kirkland Signature Pasta. You might not think of pasta as survival food, but let me tell you, it's a lifesaver. Pasta is cheap, filling, versatile, and stores for years. And Costco's deal? Unreal. For about $7, you get a bulk 6-pack of Kirkland pasta, 36 pounds total. Do the math, pennies per serving. Compare that to fresh bread or even frozen dinners, and pasta wins every time. But here's what most people don't realize. Global durum wheat, the special variety used for pasta, is under pressure. Canada, one of the top exporters, saw record low yields in 2024 due to heat waves. Italy, the pasta capital of the world, has been importing more wheat than ever just to keep shelves stocked. That's why pasta prices have surged 40% in Europe already. And the US won't be far behind. Storage hack: vacuum seal smaller portions into Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Done right, your pasta will stay fresh for 25 years. So when everyone else is struggling to find carbs, you'll have boxes of pasta ready to turn into hundreds of meals. Deal number 5, shelf-stable or powdered milk. If you've got kids, this one is non-negotiable: milk. Fresh milk spoils fast, but Costco sells both shelf-stable cartons and big bags of powdered milk. Shelf-stable milk lasts 12 months unopened. Powdered milk? Stored properly, it lasts 20 years. Here's the terrifying backdrop. U.S. dairy herds are shrinking as farmers leave the business. Feed costs, labor shortages, and disease outbreaks are crushing margins. And with climate pressure, milk production is dropping worldwide. I spoke with a dairy farmer in Wisconsin who told me bluntly, we can't keep up. Milk prices are going to triple. Now think about the ripple effect. Milk isn't just for drinking. It's in bread, cereal, baked goods, and sauces. Without it, food systems break. At Costco, you can still snag bulk bags of Nestle Nido powdered milk for around $25. That bag makes 53 servings. And if you have kids who can't go without cereal or hot chocolate, this isn't just survival food. It's sanity. Deal number 6, Kirkland peanut butter. This one stays on the list because peanut butter is pure survival gold. Packed with protein, calories, and healthy fats, it's one of the cheapest, most compact survival foods you can buy. Costco sells a 2-pack for about $12. That's enough to make 40 sandwiches, and that's just counting bread spreads. But peanut production is in trouble. Farmers in Georgia, the peanut capital of America, reported 35% yield losses last year due to erratic rainfall. Meanwhile, the processing industry is so concentrated that a single recall can wipe out shelves nationwide. Remember the salmonella recalls that emptied peanut butter aisles? That's coming again, only worse. Storage tip: buy the regular version, not natural. The added oils help preserve it longer. Stored cool and dry, it lasts 2 years unopened. In a crisis, when protein is scarce and expensive, peanut butter becomes survival insurance. Deal number 7, canned tuna. Forget expensive fresh fish. Canned tuna is one of the smartest, cheapest proteins you can buy. At Costco, an 8-pack of Kirkland tuna costs around $14. Each can give you 22 grams of protein, omega-3s, and enough calories to power through an emergency. Here's why this matters. Global tuna supplies are under strain from overfishing and rising ocean temperatures. Fishing restrictions are tightening. Prices are already climbing. But tuna cans? They're shelf-stable for 3 to 5 years. You can eat them straight from the can, toss them in pasta, or make tuna patties. During our family's emergency food test, my kids preferred tuna mixed with mayo over most frozen dinners. When salmon prices jump 25% later this year, tuna will be the affordable fallback. Smart shoppers are stocking up now before the crunch hits. Deal number 8, oats. Breakfast is about to get expensive. But oats? Oats are a survival breakfast. Costco sells a 10 pounds bag of Quaker oats for under $15. That's hundreds of servings. Oats are filling, healthy, and versatile. You can make oatmeal, granola, or cookies, or even grind them into flour. But here's the crisis: Canada and the US, the top oat exporters, saw severe crop failures in 2023 and 2024. Prices surged in Europe and are starting to ripple through the US. Oats are incredibly calorie-dense and easy to store. Packed in mylar with oxygen absorbers, they last up to 25 years. During shortages, oats transform into more than breakfast. They become bread, fillers for meatloaf, and thickeners for soups. They stretch every meal further. Deal number 9, raw honey. This one might surprise you: honey. Honey is more than just a sweetener. It's medicine, energy, and survival currency. And here's the kicker: honey never spoils. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs, still edible. Costco sells large 5-pound jugs of raw honey for about $18. That's pennies per serving. But bee populations are collapsing. Pesticides, disease, and climate stress are killing off hives worldwide. As bees go, so does honey. Prices have already risen 20% in 2 years. Here's why it matters for survival. Honey isn't just food. It's antibacterial, can heal wounds, and provides instant energy. In barter situations, it's liquid gold. When sugar prices spike and shelves go empty, honey will be worth its weight in gold. Deal number 10, freeze-dried fruit buckets. Finally, let's talk about something most people ignore: freeze-dried fruit. Costco sells buckets of freeze-dried strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and apples. Price ranges around $90 to $100 for a big bucket. Sounds steep until you realize it contains hundreds of servings and lasts 25 years. Here's why this matters. Fresh fruit spoils in days. Frozen fruit degrades in months. But freeze-dried? It locks in nutrition for decades. Fruit is critical for vitamins your body can't store, especially vitamin C. Without it, you risk scurvy and immune collapse. And here's the scary part. Florida's citrus groves are collapsing from disease. California orchards are shrinking under drought. Import costs are skyrocketing. Fruit shortages are already here. That's why freeze-dried fruit is survival genius. Long shelf life, portable, and nutrient-dense. Perfect for emergencies, camping, or when grocery stores fail. Look, I'm not trying to scare anyone. But when over 295 million people are already hungry worldwide, when climate disasters are hitting harvests everywhere, when tariffs and supply shocks are piling up, preparing isn't paranoia. It's common sense. These 10 Costco deals aren't random products. They're the foods that will actually keep your family fed when grocery shelves go bare or prices double overnight. Start simple. Buy 2 or 3 items your family already eats. Rice, beans, oats. Then gradually build up. Rotate stock. Store smart. Remember the golden rule of prepping: buy what you eat what you store. Because when September 2025 hits and everyone else is panicking at the store, you'll be calm. You'll be secure. And your family will be fed. If this helped you, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which Costco deal you're grabbing first. Personally, I started with rice, because when it comes to survival, rice really is life. And stay tuned. Next week, I'll reveal the 5 foods you should never buy at Costco, and number 3 will absolutely shock you.